So this morning we've got Steve Brosmen, and this is someone I've actually been very excited to having with us, and I'm actually going to be learning with you guys today, because I think I know a little bit, but I know that I don't know enough. And Steve Brosmen is the expert. He's widely renowned as one of Australia's leading experts in video marketing. So we're going to learn a lot today. So to go through Steve's bio, Steve is a former national professional track champion, is an Amazon best-selling author, and is about to release his new book, Stand Up, Stand Out, or Stand Aside. He has over 20 years TV and video experience, including hosting and producing his own TV show for Channel 9, and has appeared on shows on every network in Australia, plus in Asia, Europe, and the USA. Steve was also creator and executive producer on a TV project with Warner Brothers. An entrepreneur since he was 15, he has created several 6- and 7-figure businesses of his own, including inventing and marketing an environmental product selling 4 million units into 26 countries. He now consults to small businesses through to multi-billion-dollar corporations. Steve has a background in the health and fitness industry, which started with him opening his own health club in 1983. He was the first non-American to be awarded International Fitness Instructor of the Year. Steve has spoken in 15 countries and trained over 21,000 speakers, presenters and trainers, and regarded as Australia's leading video marketing and relationship strategist, and has helped over 500 businesses get started using videos. His reach extends beyond the Australian shores, as he was recognised internationally in the top 10 video marketing influencers for 2012. And next week he will speak at the World Internet Summit. But before I get Steve up here, I'd like you to quickly watch this video. Righto, guys, if you could all stand up, put your hands together, please, for Mr. Steve Brosmen.
Hey, everybody. Okay, thank you so much. Now, the video says it all. We can just basically have a chat now about anything you want to talk about, because that video says it all. That video should either excite you or scare the pants off you, because today I'm here to tell you it's video or die. It is the communication currency of the future. And today, when I first started doing videos and video marketing 3.5, 4 years ago, I used to say it was the video marketing, or the video is the communication currency of the future. That's now brought forward. You must be using it today because people are searching online. They're looking for videos. We're lazy. We want things fast. And videos deliver and communicate and connect with people quicker, faster and deeper than any other form of communication. Would you agree?
Yes.
How many of you are currently using videos regularly in your business? Fantastic. You know, when I first asked that question, they'd be saying, what? Okay. Here's some of the rules that we're going to go through. This is going to be a very interactive session. Very interactive. When I ask a question, there's two ways of answering it. You can put your hand up and say yes, because yes, that's me. Or the other answer, the only other alternative is not yet, Steve. Okay, so let's go through that again. How many of you are using videos regularly in your business?
Yes.
Okay, well that was close. We'll get you in time a little bit later. Coming from the health and fitness background and like teaching aerobics, I like things in time. So we will get you all doing that in time. And it is important that you embrace what I'm going to talk about today. Now I was here yesterday and at the end, Steve asked and said, look, I'm looking forward to Steve. I haven't seen him speak. And Angie was sitting here and she said, I've heard Steve speak. He's fantastic. Gave me so many tips for my business, but I haven't implemented any yet. And that didn't excite me. That shattered me. It did. Because I'm not here to be your entertainer. I'm here to give you information that you will take away and action. So I left the game at half time last night. Bugger it. It was a really exciting game. But I left the game to come home and tweak my presentation to try and give you some stuff that you can actually take away and use. Because at the end of it, I don't want you to go back and, geez, that was really nice. You know, I'm not here to do that. I'll let you down, I'll let Steve down, and I'll let me down. I want you to take away and action at least something. So I had a choice to only give you a couple of things that you might work on when you got home, or give you a lot of things and a taste of things, because I don't know which of the 1 or 2 or 10 things that I'm going to share with you today is right for you right now, and it's different for all of you. Does that make sense? And it is my job to give you as much information in as short a time as possible, but at the end of it, I know the statistics show that only 7% of all information at workshops, boot camps or whatever is actioned. And most of the people will walk out that door and never do anything with most of the stuff that they learn. It'll be a great notepad full of notes, which a very short period of time will have dust and cobwebs on it, and never do anything. So I'm aiming to give you something that you can work with today. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of philosophy here because I'm going to touch a little bit on selling as well and how I utilise and how my people are using videos to actually increase their sales. And I hope that you'll be able to take that away as well, because it's emotively connecting with people. I've seen Ari speak quite a number of times. I love his presentation. I love his style of sales. But when I get into a room of my people, I'll say, how many people here love sales? And I'm going to ask you the question right now. How many people here absolutely love, with a passion, sales? That 4-letter word, sales.
Not yet, Steve.
Because that is the right answer, not yet, Steve. How many people here actually do like helping people? Yes, yes. Good, because I wasn't waiting for a not yet, Steve there. Okay, listen to this. You may want to write it down. Selling is professionally servicing other people's needs for a mutually beneficial gain. Professionally servicing other people's needs for a mutually beneficial gain. And yes, my background, an extensive background, is in the health and fitness industry. And from day one, I told my people, when they walked in the door, they've walked in with a need. If they walk out the door without buying something, you've let them down. Professionally servicing other people's needs. Professionally. Not trying to sell them something they don't need or don't want. Servicing their needs. The mutually beneficial gain is they get a problem solved and you get paid. Does that make sense? Yes. Now, who likes sales?
Yes.
Yes. Because if you like helping people, you want to help them the best way possible, because there is only one purpose for a business. What is that purpose? To make a profit. To make a profit. That is the single purpose of a business. Why you're in business is a totally different reason. And it might be to help everybody and be all these sorts of things. But a business has one purpose, and that is to make a profit. If you do not make a profit, you can't help anybody. If you do not sell somebody a product or service, you can't help them. Does that make sense? And this has all been changed around totally from what I was going to start with, because of that thing hit me. It's like, yeah, Steve taught me a lot, but I haven't used any of it. I really take that to heart. Like, how can I do a better job? Because I know people that work with me on an ongoing basis get fantastic results, but in a room like this, what can I do better to give you something to take away? I used to tell all my people, as I just said, that if they walk out the door, chances are they're not going to come back. You know, they used to do a tour, they used to have a look at the gym, and at the end of it say, yeah, I'll come back come back tomorrow and I'll join up. I'll come back tomorrow and I'll get started on the program. 6 months later, I see them up the street, 5 kilos heavier, still coming back. Yeah, I'm coming back. I said, yeah, you better hurry, or you won't be able to walk in the door. I only thought that. I never really sold it. So I'm going to give you my best today, but at the end, I will be telling you that, hey, listen, there will be some people that may want to work with one-on-one. They might want to do a program. They might want to do something with me. And I will be encouraging you as strong as possible not to walk out the door unless you can implement it yourself or do something extra. Does that make sense? Cool. Because what are you really here for? To learn how to make money. Does that make sense? Are you here to learn how to make more money? Yeah, it's more profit. Okay. Wow. How many of you actually feel as if you're chasing the dollar? Is it tough out there for you guys? One quick question. Does anybody have competition in their market? Just thought I'd ask. Just thought I'd ask. Okay, would you be keen to learn how you can rise up above that competition, slap them in the butt, and then go higher and higher? Would that be of interest to you? Okay. Here's another little rule of mine. When I ask you a question about making money or building your business, yes just doesn't cut it with me. Okay? So what I'm going to get you to do, because I want this to be as interactive as possible, so I'm going to ask that question again. Would you like to know how to make more money in your business? You're going to put your fingers up like this and say, with enthusiasm, bring it on! So how many of you want to learn how to stand out and make more money in your business?
Bring it on!
That was all in time. I'm feeling good about this, because this is what you can become once you learn to stand out. And my book, and I rushed down here to see more of Jet yesterday. I could have called in and picked up the first physical copy of my book, but I want to see more of his presentation. And it is called Stand Up, Stand Out, or Stand Aside. I was toying with the idea of titling it, you know, Be Different or Bugger Off. But my wife, who is the digital author, publisher, and she said, no, Steve, you can't do that. But that's what it is. It is now more important to be different out there than to be faster, better, cheaper, or just good. You will get paid more to be different and stand out than just be better. That's the way times have changed. I'm going to show you what's happened and why videos and the video communication and digital communication is going to help all of you. I've worked right across the board with all the different markets, but that is what you're aiming for. Instead of chasing the dollar out there, you want them to come to you. Do you know how much money I've spent on marketing in the last 2 years alone? How much? Just have a guess. How much do you think I would have spent on marketing, magnetic digital marketing, in my business in the last 2 years? No one's going. Go on, have a guess. Less than the cost of the bottle top. It's all been about attraction marketing, standing up, and the people coming to you, and working with other people, joint venture marketing. Would that interest somebody to cut their marketing costs a little bit? Yeah. In fact, actually, my latest client that I signed up last week, I went in to do a Change the Game program on them. How many of you actually got to see the video that Steve sent out a little while ago of mine, the Change the Game program? A couple of you saw it. Sent out about 6 weeks ago. And I ended up working about they needed other things more than just that. I now have an advertising company that I am their marketing coach for. Because they need to learn all of this new stuff. Are you interested in more people paying you more money, coming back more often, giving you more referrals? Is that cool? That's the system that I want to get across and be able to show you how you can use videos and complete digital marketing to be able to build that system to communicate and build the relationship with people. Because as we were hearing yesterday, and there was a talk about it yesterday, about building relationships with people, selling is no longer walking into a place and smashing them across the head and say, buy my product. When was the last time you saw, Tim from Demtel on there? But wait, there's more. Okay? The reason that has gone out is because of this. A guy called Michael Drew and his cohort wrote the book The Pendulum. Okay? If you buy The Pendulum, read the first 3 and the last 3 chapters, the rest in the middle is rubbish. It's not rubbish, it's just a filler. It tells you about the shift in society from me to we every 40 years. 2003 was the shift from the me society, hey, buy my product, I've got something to sell, into I can help you, you have a problem, let me help you fix it. And that's the marketing you should be doing. Your website should be a communication tool to start relationship marketing, not just big, loud and bold, hey, look at me. All right? I'm not going to go into that too much, but this is what is happening now. We are 10 years into the we society. You go from being a hunter, go out, single shot, single sale, to the farmer, where you nurture your people, and you can do that drip feeding, great quality videos out there, putting you up as the expert, but building that relationship with the people so they will keep coming back time and time again and have the trust factor to refer you on to their clients and their friends. It's gone from the push marketing into the pull and the attraction marketing. Instead of being bigger, better and more, real, raw and relevant. Be transparent, be open, show your flaws, acknowledge them. Okay? It gives you an opportunity to stand out when you're doing that. Instead of going out there and saying, you need what I'm selling, be authentic and be transparent. Provide an experience. I'm going to get into that in the packaging bit later, but provide that experience. Instead of just being a transaction, it is all about relationship. Think about how you can mould some of that into your business. I'm just building the framework of how you need to get this right before you use the videos. All right? If you don't get this right and you say, I just want to shoot a video, what video should I shoot? I'll send people away. We always have to go through all this first. This is very, very powerful.
Go-to business gurus. He's a pioneer of internet marketing, the founder of squidoo.com, which is a wickedly successful site that allows anyone, yes, even you, to build a page about any topic you're passionate about. He's a writer as well, has 13 books. Many of them are bestsellers. The latest 2, Poke the Box and We Are All Weird. And now with pretty much the whole year in front of us, Seth's got some pretty brave predictions about what lies ahead. He says we're all going to have to change, or never mind the race to the top. You'll be racing to the bottom. Welcome to the show.
What a pleasure. You're such a pro.
Oh, thank you. It's very nice to have you. I love the books, too. They're short. There's lots of them.
Exactly.
So you can always
They're like
follow.
peanuts.
They're like peanuts. That's exactly right. So here we are, 2012. Are you hopeful?
The recession is a forever recession. There's
so?
a cyclical recession that comes and goes, but there's this other thing, and it's the end of the industrial age. It lasted for 80 years. For 80 years, you got a job, you did what you were told, you retired. And good people could make above average pay for average work. And it ended. And so 2012 is not going to be more of the same. It's going to be worse of the same in that the industrial age is going away and a new thing is going to take its place.
It doesn't strike me as we're a group of people who are prepared for this new thing yet.
Totally unprepared. Absolutely. Because our schools, our systems, our retirement things, our taxes are all built around this notion of doing what you're told. And now we don't know what to do because it's a revolution.
And so what do you think we should do?
Pick yourself. Don't wait for someone to pick you. If you have a book, you don't need a publisher to pick you. You can publish it yourself. If you want to write, write. If you want to sing, sing. If you want to start a movement, start a movement. But this shift is that it doesn't matter whether you own a building or own a big company. You can now make an impact if you want to.
Well, there was this idea that people think the government owes them a job, or at least owes them the opportunity to get it.
We'll stop just there, but a couple of the things that he said is pick yourself. become somebody, position yourself. You can. I'm going to show you some examples of people that have picked themselves, put themselves up and out there. And a lot of you will say, yeah, but I'm not the expert in what I'm doing. I'm not the person. You don't have to be the person. You just have to be different. No one in the world has your life experience or knowledge. So you are different and you can pick yourself to be whatever it is. And I'll show you some great examples of people that weren't the number one, but positioned themselves to be different, to generate some significant income, and how they did it and how they positioned themselves. It is all about standing up first, and that takes effort, that takes action, that you must stand up. You must have the guts to stick your head above the crowd, to cop whatever flack it may be. If people may be saying, but I put a video out there, I might be judged. Fantastic. One of my mentors, Dan Kennedy, says if you're not pissing somebody off by 11 o'clock, you're not marketing hard enough. I think it's AM, knowing Dan. So you've got to get out there and polarise people. You want them to love you or hate you. If you try to be the wishy-washy in the middle, guess what? You will have a wishy-washy paycheck. And it wasn't that long ago that I had my head in the sand. And sure, I had 8 years of travelling the world almost as an aerobic rock star, turning up, doing all these sorts of things. And when I started the video marketing with my wife, I said, no, I've had enough of being out there. And Pam was great at social media and she was doing all that. I would do a lot of the speaking and some of the videos, but I didn't put myself out there. We've now diverged a little bit. She's doing the Digital Authors Academy on book writing. I'm doing more of the video marketing. But I had to become the person. It was about 8 or 9 months ago that I had to start putting my videos out there, and I had to start putting myself back out there again. It's like, okay, I won't say back out of the closet, but I had to come, I had to come back out and be that person again. But I tell you what, it absolutely smashed my business to become that person again. A mate of mine that I've known for 30 years, within 3 months of me putting the videos out there, called me and said, Steve, love what you're doing with your positioning. Can I hire you to come up to Queensland and help build my stuff for me? And I don't believe I'm doing it as good as I can, but it is that positioning, to take that step to stand up and put your head above it. How many people here actually are prepared to say, yep, I'm going to do that for my business. I can be that person. Because let me give you a quick... That's why I need people to keep me on track with the time, because I do split off. How many people here have heard about working in their business? And how many would regard that they're probably right now working in their business? Should do in black, shouldn't I? So you can actually see it. And to me, that looks like working in a jail. Spending all the time working in your business. Then along came the theory of working on your business, and I'm going to try and draw, a hammer, and this isn't that bright, dark, or... Can we see if we can check and get some pens that work, please, guys? So we've got the hammer, working on your business. Okay, the E-meth, Gerber, working on your business. You know what? That doesn't cut it anymore. I'm really stepping on toes by saying that does not cut it anymore, because there are a lot of people out there that are working on their business, making it more efficient, cutting costs, making sure that you're all streamlined. However, the big thing that you need to do is actually, and that depicts a rocket ship. You can tell that I'm good at videos but crap at drawing. You actually need to work under your business. You need to be the person to stand up and stand out, because if you're under your business and you're elevating, that's going to push the business up. But just being good and efficient will not cut it anymore. A lot of people don't want to be the face of the business. You have to be the go-to person of that business, and then your business will take off. And a lot of people say, but I just want to hide behind the business. Well, that's fine. Stick there and be happy with the results you're currently getting. The minute you start putting yourself out there as the go-to person and start elevating, your business will take off with you. I've seen it time and time again, and that's the first thing you need to do. Stand up, then stand out. Work out what is different about you. What are your core strengths? What are the different services that you provide? Angeline this afternoon is going to work on niching down. It's just so great. I'm not going to touch on it much because she will be covering on niching down. To me, that is finding your section of the market that is already paying you well. Don't go for the whole of the market because that opens up all of your competition. Go for that section of the market that you can dominate and you can be what I call the unique champion. You've probably heard lots of people out there talk about rock stars and celebrities and stuff like that. I don't like those terms. I like the word champion, because I'm a sports nut, but most champions don't get there without a little bit of hard work. I'm not all about taking a pill, becoming an overnight celebrity status and all those sorts of things. But you get there with a bit of hard work, you win a championship, they can't ever take that championship off you, unless you're Lance Armstrong. And that was for good reason. Yeah. So, stand up, stand out. You have to be that person to drive your business up. How many of you here have a business that now think, well, okay, I can be that person with just a little bit of work. I have the knowledge, the expertise to get out there. You don't have to be totally different. How many of you have seen a herd of zebras and say, wow, they're all different? To us, yeah, they are. To us, they all look the same. But to them, they're all different. So there needs to be just that one thing that you're different about, and you hang your hat on that. You can become that person. If you don't stand up, if you don't stand out, just stand aside, because people are going to come through and crush you. That is what's going to happen these days in business. So you really do need to look at what you can do. Now, as I said, this is going to be very interactive. What I would like you to do is stand up. Oh, before you do that, I will teach you this. How many would like to know the fastest way possible to make money? That could have been a bring it on. That was an opportunity for that. Okay, stand up. Turn to your right. Put your left hand on the shoulder of the person in front of you. Just move somewhere so you can do it. Okay. Now with your right hand, either reach down and pinch their wallet or purse. That is the fastest way known to make money, not the most legal. However, while you're still standing, don't sit down yet. It's going to be very interactive. It's not the most legal, but we'll teach you some other ways that may be almost as fast to do that. How many times have you been to a workshop, seminar, whatever, and every 10 seconds they're saying, turn to the person on the right and say, I can do that, or give him a high five, or give me a shoulder massage. You been to those? Do you get as pissed off as I do? Okay, so what I want you to do right now is turn to the person beside you, give them a high five, give them a massage and say, thank God he's not going to do that. No, just kidding. All right, now, pair up, decide who's going to be A, decide who's going to be B. Okay, you guys together there? All right. You're going to a place to introduce yourself, to talk about your business. Okay, A is the person who's, I would say, the seller walking in to introduce themselves. B is the person who owns the business that you're going to be presenting the thing to. So you're just going to walk up and say, hey, my name is, whatever your name is, I'd like to talk to you about my product. Okay? So do that right now. A, we'll decide who's going to be A, shake hands. Hi, my name is, I'd like to talk to you today about my product. Okay, how did that feel? Yeah, none of us really like those introductions, do we? Okay. Okay, you walk in and B looks at you excited. You obviously know their name now. You say, hey Mary, great to meet you. I've watched the videos. I feel as if I know you already. Ready? B, do that to A. Okay, sit down. Just a quick question. And you're all entitled to whatever opinion you may have. Just a quick question. Which would you prefer? The second. Yeah, and you know what? That happens to me time and time again. So many times people have watched a lot of the videos that I put out and they say, Steve, I've just watched the video. I feel as if I actually know you. Wouldn't it be great for that to happen to you? It can. I'm actually going to show you a video sales funnel on how you can build a relationship with your prospects even before you get to meet them. Would that be cool or would that be cool? That is very cool. Really helping people smash their results by just a couple of video sequences. That introduction is a powerful way of saying it's a great way to open the door before you get in. It's all about building the relationships. Predictable and sustainable profits. It's the guts of what's in my book. First of all, you've got to know why you're in business. It's your why that keeps getting you up. I was going to start with passion, but this is a little bit woo-woo for me. But, no, sorry? No. Yeah. I do have passion in the chapter. I just didn't want to title it that. All right. Here's where we start. This is the goal that I need you to take away today. Okay? It all starts with your position. No matter what. All starts with your position. If you're going to do any work with me at all, we work on the position first, and then we work on the rest. Then your packaging. How many people here are selling services per hour? Okay, the answer to that is for the time being, Steve. We will give you some framework on how you can possibly repackage that little bit and get more money. We'll be talking about packaging quite a bit. Promote is where you actually start bringing the videos in. Okay, that is marketing. Then, of course, I'm going to talk a little bit about persuade, and that's your sales. How you can use some of the different techniques in the videos to increase your sales, and also face-to-face. Protect. We're not going to touch on that. That is how to protect your list, how to create the relationships, increase your referrals and retentions by using some of the different strategies. Not here today. And then propagate. Propagate is all about how to build adjacent markets, how to graft on additional profit centres into your business. And that's all it's in. But today, it's utilising the videos and how to use digital marketing, position, package and promote. That's the framework of what we're going to do. Okay, here are some practical examples. This is from a division of the $9 billion company. And I was called into the nationals, the state sales managers, all these sorts of things in a boardroom to say, Steve, what do you think? Can you help us with some video marketing? 5 minutes into the presentation, I showed this as one of their pages on their website, and the official words out of my eyes was like, look, this is your About Us page. It really sucks. So I knew at that time it was either, Steve, it's going to be a very short meeting, or I have their attention. I stayed, which was good. But it does. How many of you have seen, I know none of you have, but have seen About Us pages that would probably have our, us, 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 about them? Get over it. It's not about you. It's about what you can do for your people. It should not be all about you. It is what you can do for your people. They had us, our, 13 times in the first 12 lines. I would look at that, I wouldn't even read it, because here's a company, it's all about them. Or, in the same industry, if you saw something like this.
Hi, I'm Carl Camden, CEO of Kelly Services. Unofficially, I would call myself the chief cheerleader for the operating team. It's a job which you go to work every day expecting something different to happen, and it usually does. And, you know, you can do the job as a CEO in 2 or 3 hours a day. No, Today, one of the great things about my job is that we're making a difference every day in the lives of people. They find jobs, they find a way to achieve their life goals. It's cool when you get the emails and the letters saying, thank you. I was able to achieve what I wanted to do in my life because of Kelly Services, and that's what really makes the job fun. That's what really makes you want to get up every morning.
Which company would you prefer to deal with? That laugh means, yes, it was pretty bloody obvious, didn't it? Yeah, the company that's all about them, or hey, we get off on helping you. All right. That is best communicated in a video. I call it as it is, the CEO taking the piss out of himself, all right? And he says, hey, I get off on helping people. That's what gets me going. That's what you can communicate in videos. Now, when I'm working with the people that have put their hand up and say, Steve, I want to learn more, I want to come to your, I want to do all that, I get to work with a rare breed of people. Because they're the people who are prepared to show their soul. They're the people who are prepared to stand up and actually communicate eyeball to eyeball with the people out there in the community. Not everybody is prepared to do that. But the ones who are a great breed, and they're the ones who become very successful in their business because, as you saw, it is all about building that relationship. It is all about that video. He looks down the camera and he said, hey, I'm the CEO. Hey, I get off on helping you, as distinct from I have a landing page that's all about me. All right, so if you do anything, go back and have a look at what you may have and say, well, how can I turn that around? How can I give me a piece of me out to my people in the marketplace by just doing that? Okay, let's just go back. Here's a case study. Recruitment industry in Canberra. Competitive or not? 135 recruitment agencies in Canberra alone. She was a boutique. She came through. She started putting videos on her website. They were simple interviews with the suppliers and whacked them up on their website and started getting some traffic to them. And here's the results of what they got by just starting to do it in this way. And doing an interview with a supplier is not that hard to go out and shoot.
Hi Steve, it's Kate from Face to Face Recruitment. I just wanted to drop you a line to tell you how well we're going since we've put videos onto our website. To give you an idea, we used to have 20 candidates come through our website per month previously. Adding the video content onto our website now, we are getting 160 resumes coming through every month. That's an increase of 800%. So I think thank you, but we're really busy because now we've got to change the processes to deal with it. But it's made such a difference to us, so thank you for all the tips that you gave us.
I wasn't sure to put that in the thank you box or the complaints department. Thank you, but 800% improvement, was that cool? Shooting a couple of videos. What she said was so many people were coming to her and saying, wow, you guys are so innovative. By doing one little thing in their business that was innovative, it transferred right across the rest of the company and she was seen as a leader and actually won a national award, which was really cool. Helped position her from here to here and is doing so well. Just by adding some simple videos, putting them in the right place and actually getting out there and connecting. What they've also done, I'll go back one step, is their About Us and our team are fun staff videos. One of the guys actually sings who he is with a guitar. So it shows a bit of personality of people that you're dealing with. Now, what B2B stands for? It does not stand for building to building. It is still P2P. A person in a business dealing with a person in another business, you form that relationship, okay? If you are in B2B, you can still do videos and things like this. It's not all B2C that benefits from this. Okay, pass Kate again. Positioning. I love the next statement. I created it. You write this down. Write it on the back of your eyelids. It is that important. It is your perceived position that predicts your potential profits. It is all about your position and perceived position out in the marketplace.
So how they perceive you.
Mm-hmm. And you have to tell them how you should be perceived. Guess who gave me the title of Australia's leading video and relationship marketing strategist? He's in the room right now. I'll give you a hint. I did. Okay, I've got 20 years in video and TV. I've been marketing for that long, and everything that I've done in my previous businesses, my old book, Creating Lifetime Customers, the Amazon bestseller from America, The Relationship Age, is all about relationship marketing. So you think there's a fair chance that I could actually put my hand up and say, yes, that's me, until somebody else says, no, you're not? I did, and no one said no. That's fine. Don't wait for somebody to give you a title or a position. Work out who and why you are different and put your hand up and say, that's me. Everybody I work with gets a title of some description. Okay? So you write down why you are different. How can you be perceived out there in the marketplace as the leader, the champion in your niche? What do you do that other people don't do? I've actually got a 25-point checklist that we go through to ask the questions. What could be different? Your history, your background, your education, your knowledge, your associate, all of those sorts of things to mould it into why you could be positioned as a leader in your marketplace. There are two main ways that you could explode your position. The minute you start putting out quality videos, you become an authority. You become the perceived expert in your niche. Pam and I started off in social marketing about 4.5 years ago, and we put the social marketing channel up. It took 2 weeks for us putting up videos for people around the world to say, can we be on your channel? It was just a WordPress website, for goodness sake. But it was perceived as we were the people that were putting out the regular content on a channel. Okay? So once you start putting good video content out, there's a whole paradigm shift between in your head as well as the people that are out there. Okay. I call it the flexible line of authority. Here, there is a line of authority between me, the speaker, and you, the audience. With the videos, there is that line of authority and that line of credibility between you, the person who puts the videos out, and the viewers that are watching. You put a book out there, you immediately become an authority. That's where it's all come from. You are authoring something, you become an authority on what you've written on. So the two fastest ways, I'm going to cover both of them today, is videos and publishing a book. It has never been easier. Pam's run the first round of the Digital Authors Academy. The next one starts next week. And everybody that has published their book has gone through the sequence on becoming an Amazon best-selling author. I'll touch on that a little bit later, on how you can do that, and it just makes a massive difference. Been sitting down too long? What I would like you to do right now is grab a sheet of paper. I'll give it back to you, trust me. I want you to stand up, turn to the person beside you, hold it up in front of you. You look at their sheet, they look at your sheet. You look at it. You do not engage them in the eyes. You look at it for about 7 to 10 seconds. Do not speak. I want to hear a pin drop. And then turn away. Can you do that? You could have said yes. The pin drop starts later. So stand up, hold that sheet of paper in front of you, whether it's got notes on it, preferably if it's got notes on it, doesn't matter. Stand up, look at their sheet, read it if it's on. 7 to 10 seconds, do not look them in the eye. No? Okay, put your sheet of paper down. I'm looking forward to this, don't sit down. Yet. Now I want you to greet that person as if they're your long-lost friend. You haven't seen them for ages. Give them an invitation to do something. Hi, how are you? Haven't seen you for ages. Come on, let's catch up for a beer. Let's catch up, come on. Shake hands, you're fine. Settle you two, I saw that. To each other. Okay, sit down. All right, grab a seat. Hey, this is a good group. I heard there was a couple of invites for coffee, tea, a proposal, an indecent proposal. It was all good. It's all good. All right. Can you see where I'm heading with that? I'll borrow yours again. Good, because you're close. Communication without a video. The second one, communication with the video. It is that black and white. If you have your web page that just sits there with lots of text on, if you have your emails, you have your newsletters with just lots of text on, we are becoming lazier and lazier. We don't like reading. There are the few that do prefer reading than watching a video, but most of the time we would prefer to quickly watch a video to get our information. We have been indoctrinated with TV for 50 years that's how we get our information, that's how we get our kicks. That's how we can emotively connect with the people, because it is all about that emotive connection. Scribble this set of notes down, because this is the be-all and end-all of what your videos should be. It is the basis of everything that I teach. The purpose of a video is to take the viewer on an emotional journey. So to take the viewer on an emotional journey that in the end, in their mind, they make a logical decision that they just have to do business with you. They buy, they take the next step, whatever it is, that they take the next step with you. They get to the end of the video and of course it's logical, I've just got to do this. Of course it's logical, I've just got to drop in my details to get the next set of videos. Of course it's logical. But you have to take them along that emotive journey. The purpose, and this is going to transfer across a lot of different things, particularly sales. E-T-M. You get this right, it equals an A-T-M. Anybody interested in revolutionising the way you think about things? Because this is just changing your thought process. The first E, and this all came about when the people were saying, well, what's the purpose of the first 5 to 10 seconds of a video? And most of them say, well, you know, in scripting, I'd go through the 3 Gs. Grab. You want to write these down? 3 Gs. G, 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 G. The opening part of your scripting is grab their attention. Give them some good information, then get them to do something. That is video scripting 101 in 15 seconds. Most people just get up and talk. Where do you start in the planning of a video? The get. What do you want them to do? What is the purpose of this video? Is it to drop in their details to get more information? Is it to make a sale? Is it to engage with them more? Decide what the video is for first. What is the get? What information do I have to then give them? And out of all of that, what do I have to do right at the beginning to let them know that they are in the right place to watch the video, to grab their attention right at the beginning? The first E is they must make an emotional investment. In my book, I call it the triple investment theory of making money. You must get them to make an emotional investment with you. So they watch the first part of the video, they're emotively connected with you, and then they will say, fine, I'm in the right place, I know and trust this person, I will invest some more time with them. The purpose of the first 5 to 10 seconds of the video is to sell the next 20, is to emotively connect with them. What do I want them to feel right now? I teach the emotive timeline theory in everything I do. In sales, in presentations, what do I want them to feel right now? And when you're going through Ari's process, you can add another little layer on top of that when you're questioning them. It's like, when I'm asking this question, what do I want them to feel? Don't just blurt out the words, because what I want them to feel will influence how you're actually asking that question. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Is that helpful?
Great.
Yeah, because no one teaches this layer on it. And it all came about from the videos, and I thought, stuff it. This is business. What do I want them to feel when they're doing business with me? You should be thinking the ETM, which is the last one, is obviously just money. But this, if you keep getting them to invest more time and more emotion, more time, more emotion. In the book I talk about the ETM of picking up a chocolate bar at the checkout. Not a big money investment, okay? It's there. I'm feeling emotively connected to it. My mouth's starting to water. I'm standing in line because the checkout's fairly slow, so I'm investing more time with my mouth watering. So it's a matter of, I'll stuff it, I'm going to get it. Okay? You don't do that when you're walking past the Ferrari shop, do you? Oh, look at that. Oh, I might get that. Here's my platinum black Amex card. Stick it on that. Think of the frequent flyer points you get. But what do? They let you have a few test drives, take it home for the weekend. It's the old puppy theory is like, oh, I've got to give it back. Yeah, they're giving you that emotive connection with it. So give you a bit more time, get more emotively connected, and then you've got a fairly financial investment with it. So look at how you can use that in your business. It's like, how can I understand what is it I want them to feel right now when I'm talking to them, when I'm doing this video? All right? Is this good? Yes. I told you I got off the track. I know you need to keep me on the track. But you do need to know that when you're shooting your videos, but you also need to know that in most of your business life. If you do that, then you're absolutely laughing. Here's the money statistics. 97% of people will search online prior to making a purchase. You have that 7 to 10 seconds. That's why you held it up for 7 to 10 seconds. That's it. They're out of here. It was 10 to 15. We're all developed by AO ADD. You know what that is? Adult onset ADD. If it's not a page that we like, because we're probably searching 10 pages at a time. Okay? If people are searching for you, they're searching for 10 other people at once. What are you doing to stand out? If you're doing the same as everybody else, forget it. You need to be different. 80% will stop and watch a video. How many times have you seen a video fly through on Facebook and say, oh, I'll quickly watch that? Or it's a video on a website, I'll quickly watch that. If it's crap, then they'll go away. But if not, they'll stay and watch. And if you've done the ETM right, they get to the end of it and you've given them the clear instructions at the end to get them to do something, 52% will take action. Yeah?
What's the length of time for a video which you would suggest to put there?
Okay, that only took 30 minutes for that question, which is great. I get it every time, but it's a great crew to bring it forward. The answer to that is, it depends, and I'm not being a smart aleck, because I have seen a 60-second video that was 55 seconds too long. I've got to the end of a 1-hour video and said, stuff it, is that all? Okay, so whatever is most appropriate. If it is a landing page video, then you need to get the message across quick, that you get that emotive connection to let them know they're in the right place. That's most important. The reason you're here is, and in this short video, you will learn and get them to do something at the end. Get them in, get them to do the next step. Whatever it is, that next small logical step. That's all the purpose of a video is for, to get them to take the next step. Don't try and sell off the first video. Build the relationship, and it might be 2 or 3 different videos. Get them to take the next logical step. I know it's not a number, but if you think about the structure behind it, it will help. Okay, so you may actually end up going for 5 minutes. That's not breaking the rules as long as you're doing it right. Cool? All right. They will stay 75% longer on websites with videos. And yes, they will take action if you've led them down that right path. They're the money statistics. Don't ignore them. Because if you do, somebody else is just going to come up and slap you in the face. How many is this? Yeah? You're close. Come here. Now, I'm going to show you why being scared of the camera is all in your brain, not your head. There is a difference. Okay, there are some physiological reasons why we don't like getting in front of the camera. Blame them. Right. So, I'm going to stick this, here's an L, stick that. Now, I'm going to stick that there. You got a stapler? Yeah, stapler. Staple gun or nail gun. Where's the Smith and Son guys? You got a nail gun? Okay. Okay, that's going to go there. And that L, I'll get you to hold it. Just. Oh, I was going to just look at it. No, hold on. That L is not for loser or learner. It's for left. Okay. Now, that's got to go left. Oh, sorry. Just do what you've done. Jeez. Can you tell me, because this is how we look at ourselves each day, not in this mirror, but in other mirrors and walking past shops. And What side is that L on?
On the left side.
On the left-hand side. Okay. We are used to looking at ourselves in the mirror. True? Yes, true. Now, you guys are going to be... You're going to stand up and be my cameraman. You're going to put your fingers up like that. And you guys are going to stand up and be my producers. You're going to put your fingers like that. This is a dexterity test as well. Okay, stand up. Now to you guys, which is here, what side is the L on to you? The right hand. Yeah, it wasn't a trick question. It was good. The right-hand side. So when we look at ourselves, we see ourselves mirror image. When we see ourselves back through the video and the TV, you can put your cameras and things down, unless you... Paul, they want your job. They want to become the cameraman. You can sit down now.
I've got a spare.
We are seeing our face the reverse. You know, the little kringle on that side is actually on that side. The mole's on that side. And everything is different. Our face looks different. And technically speaking, it screws with our brain. It does not like it to start with. You have to get used to it. Okay? So it's when you get used to looking at yourself the reverse than what you're normally seeing yourself, things change. How many of you have heard yourself back for the first time, whether it's a recording, a video or whatever, and you say, oh, that's not me? In my caring, sharing way, get over it. It is. It's what we hear every day. Okay? Sound travels different through air than it does through liquid and solid. We are hearing it from here, or up in there, to here, which is our ears, different than the rest of the people that are hearing it through air and back into our ears. So unless people get up, run out of the room because they can't stand looking at you or listening to you, then you're okay for videos. It's what we already know, like and trust. You have to get over it. All right? Thank you. You can get to keep that. It's a memento. You will when it's published. Write down 3 times 5 times 3. This is your formula for getting over yourself. That's all you need to write down, 3 by 5 by 3. The first is you need to shoot a 3-minute video. 2 or 3 minutes. Just get up, shoot it. Talk about something you know. Talk about your family. Talk about your business. Just talk about something you know. Then watch it back 5 times. Don't shoot another video until you've watched it at least 5 times and get used to watching yourself. Then repeat that whole process 3 times. It is only when you get comfortable watching yourself that your videos will become better. That's it. They go through the roof as soon as you are used to watching yourself. Most people don't not like shooting videos. Unless Paul threw that camera at me, it can't hurt me. It's we just hate watching ourselves. Is that true? Yes. So get over it. Otherwise your business is going to go down the tube. And it's not YouTube. There's no tube at all. That's the first I've ever used that one. Quickly going to write that down. Seriously, you have to do that. Once you get over it and get used to what you are seeing through there. I was fortunate or unfortunate, call it whatever you like, that I was forced to do that. And that's how I learnt it. When I did my first stint on TV, it was kids TV up in the Hunter Valley. It was Big Dog and Friends, and I was doing an aerobic segment with kids with Big Dog, and there was 3 massive big cameras, not like these days. They were massive. So I'm getting up in front, and I thought I was weird and wild, and I was cool, and I was engaging all the kids at home. I had kids behind me, I had Big Dog over there. I thought they're obviously going to tell me to calm it down. I got up in the edit suite and I looked at it and I thought, shit, that's boring. There was a major disconnect between what I thought I was doing and what was coming through the camera. That camera sucks the personality out of you, and you need to know how to get it through. Your only way you can do that is video, watch, video, watch, video, watch, and gradually get close to what you know what you're doing and what's actually coming through the camera. When you get that close, then your videos will go through the roof and you will be able to connect with the people. If you skip this step, then you're in trouble. This step you must go through. I was very fortunate to be forced to do it earlier, So I know what I'm doing when I'm doing it, and sometimes I look back at myself and think, oh, okay, yeah, that wasn't what I thought I was doing. Don't do it in front of a mirror, because you can stop yourselves doing all your own little idiosyncrasies and things like that, okay? People, I get in and I interview them and things like that, and they keep, and they'll say, I never knew that I flicked my hair, because when you're in front and you're practicing in front of the mirror, you stop yourself. You don't do it. But when you don't have that immediate feedback, all of these little things keep coming out. So practice in front of the camera, not the mirror. The other thing is, when you're in front of the mirror, you can go down here and your hands can be down, you can do your gestures. What happens, and Paul's probably shooting me from here up half the time, when you've got your hands down here, do you know what that looks like? Steve's really excited. I can't wait to see what colour hula hoop he's got though. So when you're working with somebody, get them to point out, where is my hand line? Because wherever that is, and you need to gesture and you need to get a point across, even though you may not talk with your hands up here, on camera, it's okay. You can bring them in, you can make that point, and you can really bring them up and back down again. Don't... I mean, I'm just hammering tips at you that we go through in our boot camp to rehearse, but that's a crucial one. You know, there's nothing worse than somebody using their hands and you can't see them. So work on getting over it. And the thing is, everybody had to start somewhere. I was just fortunate enough that I started many years ago, but still had to go through exactly the same pains as some of you may have to go through now. But do this step. You promise me you're going to do the step? And you know the good thing is, nobody has to see it until you're ready. And the great thing about editing is you can cut out whatever you don't like. Yeah? The cost of digital film these days is, well, very cheap, isn't it? It doesn't end up on the editor's floor. My wife knows that this is here.
Hi, this is Pam Brosmen from PamyV.com. Hi, I'm Pam from PamyV.com, and thanks so much, Kerry, Janet and Perry, for putting this competition together, and I'm so excited that I just had to put this video together to tell you a little bit more about what I'm doing.
She's almost got the deer in the headlights look, because most will get in front of the camera and think it's looking at you. Would you agree? Yes, it's not. And again, get over it. Write down 3 words. I was only going to say 2 words, but write down 3 words. Reverse the lens. This is from some of my presenter skills training for you guys. Use the lens as a telescope into the life of the people that you're dealing with. Don't think the camera is looking at you. When I'm looking at somebody presenting or speaking to the camera, I can tell whether they're looking at the camera and thinking, oh shit, it's looking at me, or really looking through the camera and talking to me on the other side. How many views do you want on your videos? Heaps. That's 500,000, that's fine. Why limit yourself? 500,000, heaps. How many people are watching at any one time? In any one place? Unless you've got a really big room and they're all sitting on each other's knees, it's only really one at a time. How many people are you talking to? One at a time. Don't fall into the trap and, hi, yous all millions of people out there. To call him Jeff Fennick. You are looking down the lens. And a lot of people talk in marketing and who is your avatar, who are you talking to, who's your perfect client. Stick them on the other side. What are they sitting in? And don't say, just imagine talking to somebody in the nude. That was an old public speaking technique. Is you just look down the lens, picture who they are, and you are talking to them. You talk to them. Don't present to them. When we first started video marketing, Pam, who was an absolute PowerPoint guru and used to make all these still does, make lots of fantastic products, she said, you can get in front of the camera, Hollywood, I'll just make the PowerPoint movies. It's like, thanks. Because she thought she had to be the presenter. the weather girl, the reporter type person. It was when we started doing our own channel and we were just chatting side by side that she became comfortable and she said, oh, damn, I can be myself. And then it's a matter of getting better at being yourself and being a little bit more of yourself. That's it. Don't be somebody else. I went to a speaker training course ages ago. Actually paid $10K for the weekend. Did you like, who were here yesterday at the end when Jet was here and said how many people are investing in their training and things like that? If you don't, you're just going to get left behind. You really need to invest to step up. So I said, okay, this guy is over from America. He's one of the best. Paid $10,000 for the weekend because it was something that I really needed to and wanted to do. But the trouble was he was teaching everybody to be mini hims. And not everybody could be a mini him. In fact, not many people could be a mini him. What I'm teaching you today is to be more of who you are. What is your personality, and what is the personality that you need to become more of to connect with your people? If you're already connecting with your people, what does it need to become more of to connect through the camera? Because it just squeezes that little bit. Here's a little bit of Pam after she's done some training, and see if you can pick a difference. Comes a little bit quiet on that. Was there a difference? Yeah. Comfortable enough to look down and talk. This is all about you. I'm connecting with you, social media and social media marketing, etc. That's when she was actually doing the Social Media Woman magazine. Just before I move on, that isn't our bedroom or lounge room. It's basically I think about a $4.50 picture from Big Stock that we green screened and came keyed in. I'm going to be able to get and show you a little bit of that later on. Okay, would that be cool? Yeah, it was really funny because when we first started doing this, we were actually living in a unit and people were saying, wow, you have such a big house. You've got a lounge room that's got blue couches. You've got a lounge room that's got pink couches. We basically would put a couch behind us depending on what we were wearing at the time. And it was very cool. But in the background there, these are the front covers of a couple of her digital magazines. Well, I'm going to get into this a little later, but I want to show you here. A lady called Mary Smith, she was on the front cover of her first magazine, and she was basically the Facebook queen. She was a big name when Facebook first started. Funny enough, she's now going into teaching video marketing. And Ali Brown, who was a top Inc. 500 entrepreneur for women in America. And being able to get them to go on the front cover of a magazine was a big coup. But as Pam would say in her words, and I'm not being sexist or derogatory, women are egotistical. If you ask them, would you like to go on the front cover of my magazine, how many are going to say no? And they didn't. And so it really boosted her numbers and her profile by positioning herself with association, which we'll talk a little later. But I just thought I'd throw that in so you could actually see on how she was using digital marketing to build her brand and her business with the magazine. I'll show you how all that works a little bit later. Play the game that you can win. Because most of you didn't see the video, I will very quickly tell you about the theory of change the game because it is crucial. There is no sense playing a game on somebody else's rules, on somebody else's field, and being under their spell. Okay? Okay. Cool. All right. Most up here, there's the market, there's the competition. That's you, that's the competition, and that's the market. Most go for the whole of the market. That opens up the whole of competition. You play that game in there. You slice off the section of the market. You're going to be covering niching down. That's how you slice up that section of the market. You become the unique champion, UCP, unique champion's position for that, and then start communicating who you are and what you do. That's the change the game. Now, I'm going to quickly take you through a little story that we've gone through with our change the game and become that. You've got to slice off, you've got to niche down and make sure that you are communicating to that who you are and what you do as the champion in that niche. Couple of examples, and you heard that I invented an environmental product It's that. It's the butts out. I sold 4 million plastic bums around the world. It's a portable personal ashtray. What's different about that? It's got a bum on it. I woke up one night and thought, but, what if I did that? Okay. Invented it, created it, marketed it, manufactured it, and sent it around the world. Why was it successful? It was different. It was something that smokers would have fun with. We could have a lot of fun with it, and the tagline is your butt worth. Don't be, don't let the ranger see your smelly butt. Okay, so that there was a change the game in action. So we didn't be the same as everybody else. We played on our rules. It had a name. That's a little bit about my kids program. We franchised and licensed into 5 countries, and a weight loss program. I won't go into the history of that, but that was all about selling what they wanted, not what they needed. I was in the fitness industry selling sweat and hard work. The weight loss industry came to town and charged 10 times what we could selling weight loss. It's what they wanted. They were paying more for their wants, not their needs. All right, so I stuffed it. I put a weight loss program together, called it Budget Weight Loss, charged twice my gym membership, and sold it in my gym to gyms around Australia and New Zealand. I nearly went down the tube trying to say I'm going to sell what I want to sell and what they need instead of listening to what their wants were. If we all just bought what we needed, we'd all be driving around in 3-year-old beige Volvos, because that's really all we need. We don't need a super fast car. Listen to the wants of what your people are. Doesn't mean you have to deviate from what you're packaging up as a solution, but listen to the words that are going on inside their head. I wasn't going to do this, and I probably don't have enough time to talk about it. My wife found this photo the other day, and I worked out that that was actually one of the earliest Change the Games I ever did. I was not one of the best aerobic instructors around the world. However, I put together a class as a fancy dress class in my gym. Someone got hold of it. I used it as an excuse to stay a week later in London when I was presenting on a big kids convention. I said, yeah, I got a fun fancy dress class. I got a fun class. It took off. I got to teach that in 15 countries around the world. I was getting paid $1,000 US back in 1990 just for getting up on stage and doing that. Yeah. But it was a change the game. What could I do? Could I compete as one of the fanciest aerobic instructors out there with all this choreography? No. I did what I was good at. I gave people a good time. People were they were buying the experience. That's what it was all about. They were buying the experience. I gave them a great time, and consequently, it was talked about, not somebody else's fancy grapevine. Does that make sense? Was that worth me getting embarrassed, putting that up, to give you an example of how you can change the game? Big, big thing. This is us 2.5 years ago, and the reason I'm showing you this is to say that not only do we practice what we preach, but we're a product of what we preach. You can have some fairly fantastic and massive results in a very short period of time. We were living here 2.5 years ago. We started getting out of social media marketing where we could not stand out. We couldn't. We went into video marketing where it was my background, it was what I did, and no one else had the same background as me. So it was a chance to stand out. In your area, whatever it is, you can find something that no one else has the same as you, and I encourage you to do it because the results are phenomenal. A year later, that was us. Okay, that's where we were living, we were hanging out, we were cruising the Caribbean. I don't know whether you know internet marketing too much. There's a legend called Frank Kern. We're at his 40th birthday party. We're hanging out with some really cool people, travelling the world, because that's where we stepped up to. Okay? Back in that unit, we'd actually just gone through a really, really tough time. We made an investment that just wiped us out. It ended up being 6 weeks before Christmas. We had nowhere to go. Had a 1-year-old boy and nowhere to live and no money. And a year later, we ended up getting back on our feet to get to here, and then we got up even further. This is what we're doing now. All right? Again, it's showing you that we are a product of what we've done. Everything that I'm teaching you, we have actioned, and our clients have actioned as well. That's us. That's the wine cellar. It's pretty empty, so any donation would be great. Yeah, we do have a tennis court. We've got our own studio and a training room. We run our boot camps from home. some of our clients are coming to us for great knowledge. The thing about the top 10 video marketing influencer, I just have that as a top 10. But if you look at the number, it was actually number 1. It's not about who you know. I woke up one morning with a Google alert to find that. It's who knows you now. That is becoming more important. It's not who you know, but it's actually who knows you. That is so important. This is what this is all about. People saw stuff that I was doing and really elevated it. System, save yourself time, energy and money. How many people would like to follow a system that actually does all of this? Yeah. Here's some samples on YouTube. This guy didn't. Change the 4-room apartment. I thought this was going to be a video about renovation. It's leadership training. Google and YouTube do not know what's in the video unless you put the words around it. Okay? You've got to have the words in the right place. Here are 3 key areas. You have to have your key words. The words that people are typing in to find you in the heading. The next thing you must do is in the description down there, your link to your website must be http:// then your www. It's a live link. So when they're either excited or bored and they want to go to the rest of the information, they can go there. And then you must have your keywords in the tags down here. 12 keywords, all about. If you are local, make sure you put your local in. If I'm doing one that I'm promoting a seminar in Sydney, it'll be video marketing Sydney, training Sydney. Okay, if you're doing things, put Wollongong in your title, in your title and in your tags. Here's a lady that's done well. She followed the formula. She was putting videos up, 30,000 the other day on her Hair Beauty Glamour. Gone through the process. She was a hairdresser at home and now she's launched her own hair beauty products. She's got her own company. She does training for other people because she became somebody putting information out there. She's elevated above the hairdresser status to somebody who teaches great information. This guy here, Gary Vaynerchuk, he was one of the early guys. I keep using him because he put out a video a day on wine. He had a crazy personality. He had a crazy personality, but his business, which was a wine merchant business, went from 4 to 45 mil in 6 months just because of that. Did he know more about wine than anyone else? No, of course not. But he put himself out there. I'm going to do 5 minutes on the books, all right? How many people here believe they've got a book inside them? Now, you've all got at least 2. One's your expertise, one's your story. Okay. Pam's got the Digital Authors Academy where she takes people through step-by-step over an 8-week period, how to write your book, how to research it, how to get it out there, and how to get it published. How many people have been sitting on a book for ages? Yeah, most do. All right. This is one of the most powerful marketing tools. Let me talk about the marketing side of the book. You don't make money from the book. You make money from having the book. All right? All right. Book versus bestseller status. Ebook versus bestseller. Hey, I got an ebook. That's great. Hey, I'm a member of the American Bestselling Academy. What do you think works better? Yeah, I'm an Amazon bestselling author. You walk into a meeting and say, I thought I'd just bring a copy of my best-selling book. There's some points in Chapter 3 that I really think that would be great and valuable for you. Oh, by the way, here's 2 other books. If there's anybody you can think of that could use the same information right now, please feel free to pass it on. Do you think that's better than saying, could you give me a couple of referrals? Gold in having a book. And we teach how to use a book as a referral magnet. This guy here he was an accountant, he was a business coach, he wrote his book, he went through the whole process, he got it up, became a best-selling author. On the day that he put it up and became a best-selling author, 2 educational establishments asked him to speak for them, and one of Sydney's biggest law firms offered to host his book launch because it came out there that he was a best-selling author. We've repackaged him, and he was selling customer engagement reviews, which had no real pain, into cash flow, how to get your debtors down, how to decrease your debtors. He has developed a system, and yesterday he rang me and said, Steve, I've just signed a deal with a software company. They're going to incorporate it. he's basically now going to get paid between $5 and $10 per business that uses it, and they have 5,000 businesses. I got so excited for him because when he came and started my coaching program, he was just about having to go back to work. But he repackaged himself into this, which was awesome. Lady not too far up the road, Suzanne. Yeah, you know Suzanne? Cool. She's done exceptionally well. She's doing another promotional book, #1 IP in IP books. And 8 different people who have put themselves up and out there. Jo is basically a PT that can cook really well in organics. Now she's actually got the book out there. She went from having 8 to 10 people in her monthly sessions, paying her $87. Now the last one she had was 22 at 100, of which she then, in the formula we built her, has upsold 3 of them into her $5,000 program. It's all about building and repositioning instead of just saying, hey, listen, I'm a PT and I can cook, into I'm an Amazon best-selling author who has all of these different programs. You see how you could actually leverage some of this into your business? Pam's got a marketing formula that she teaches to get to the top of Kindle. And positioning by association, most people here would have heard of Stephen Covey. Would you like to be sitting right beside him, or at least your book sitting right beside him on the top of Kindle and Amazon? Yeah, it would certainly be nice to do that. And by following the formula that she actually teaches is really cool to be able to say, listen, positioning by association. It puts you up and out and puts you better than your competition, because that's what this is all about, how you can stand up and stand out. I'm going to very quickly go through the packaging side of it and to talk to you about what are you selling? What are you really selling? Because this next bit is so important. It's the packaging. People buy how they will feel when and after they do business with you. When I work with people to talk about the addictive marketing, how can you keep them coming back over and over again? What can you do with them? What are the little things that you do in your business that make a difference? I got a friend of mine who goes and gets her coffee from a place that she acknowledges has pretty crap coffee, but the guy sings to her. It's that addictive nature, not the coffee, a lot of people are addicted to coffee, but it's that addictive nature. What are you doing? Remember what I said? The ETM? What do you want them to feel? What addictive feelings can you give with your people? Think about this. People who get paid the least get paid for what they do. People who get paid the most get paid for who they are. All the people out there that are big names, the entertainers and all those sorts of things, they don't get really paid for what they do, they get paid for who they are. Where do you want to be in this cycle? Do you want to get paid for what you do or who you are? You take the step to stand up and stand out, start using the videos to communicate who you are and what you do, then you will actually start becoming that somebody and get paid a lot more. Okay, since doing the last transition of putting myself out there, which was scary for me too. You know, it's like, it's easy to get chopped down. But even though I don't talk about charging per hour, when somebody says, how much do you charge? I charge per outcome, not per hour. But on average, I'm making more per hour than I used to make per month 2 years ago when working with people. Sure, you've got to be good at what you do and deliver results, but it's that positioning now to be able to do that. And if I can do it, others can do it as well, particularly in your area. You've probably seen it time and time again, Steve. It's all about getting paid for who you can become. And you've, like Jet said yesterday, you've got to take that action to become somebody. This is the flipping flyer that I was talking about. Imagine that you had a flyer that actually talked to you. This is Pam's speaking flyer. There's videos in it. You can turn the page. There's all sorts of different information about who, where and what. Flip through. There's all sorts of live links about who you are and what you do. Go back to your website. Click here, buy now if you've got products. As well as some great testimonials at the end. I'm going to very quickly get to shortly some testimonials because I know Steve wants to get some great ones from you. Oh, yeah. This lady here was doing an experiential retreat in Tuscany, and she was trying to sell it off a flyer. Okay? Pam said, no, flyer won't cut it. Videos need to connect. So she actually had some great videos of the location, talked about what the people are going to get, and sold quickly. Are there things in your business that you can actually talk about better than write about? Yes? Yeah. Would something like that be of value to your business, where you can actually show something, describe something, demonstrate how it works? You know, the renovation guys going from here to here using certain tools. I mean, that should be your monthly newsletter, there and then. Just showing visually how you can do things and who you particularly are. Here's another example on rapid growth. What happens when you get something good in your inbox and you want to share it with some friends? Click share. This lady went from 750, one of our clients went from 750 subscribers to 10,500 in 5 months. Mummy Market, they click and share. This is her magazine. She talks about some different products. She moves through. She's got some product demonstrations, lots of different lists. She's selling advertising space in there. Again, a newsletter that goes out to all of their people, and things that you can do some fantastic marketing inside and with. Joint venture marketing. This guy here, and I'm going to do a very, very quick sample of this. Another one that went into my complaints department because he had to put on extra staff and work back till 10 o'clock for a week to handle the new business. And I said, really, I am so sorry about that. He actually did a JV video, a joint venture video, and who's going to come and have some fun with me? Yeah, you got your arms crossed. Come here. Yeah, no. We are going to have some fun. You're my plumber from the health club. Okay. Oh, what's your name? Michael. Just play with me. A video. How many people here would love to be walked around somebody's business clients and handshaked and personally introduced to? Would anybody like that? It's not going to happen. But it can happen with this, a joint venture video in a newsletter, and say, hey, Steve here from my gym. And we've got Michael today. Michael's one of our members here, and he's been getting some fantastic results. How's it been going training with us here?
I've just loved it.
Fantastic. We talk about him and the results he's getting with our business. Now, you are our saviour. You come 24/7. You really get us out of the shit, so to speak, being our plumber. And we've called you fantastic. Now, listen, you've got a special offer for all of the members here at my gym. What's that?
The special offer today is we're doing 2 for the price of 1.
Okay, you can have 2 taps changed, 2 whatever you want to have done. And just for your people, I would love to give all of your people a free workout and even throw in a hot shower for all of your people, because you've fixed our hot water system. So that's fantastic. We did have fun, we did have tongue-in-cheek, but basically what he's going to do, he's going to send it out to all of his people because they're getting a deal from me. I'm going to include down our newsletter and send it out to all of my people. He gets in front of my people. Is that better than, can you give me a couple of referrals, please? Do you think that would work so much better than, can you give me a couple of referrals, please? Yeah. Cool? Yeah. Yes. Would that be a bring it on thing?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to talk about interviews in a minute. Okay, thanks. Well, give me a clap. That's what Reza did. He put a video together. He got a 52% response rate. He sent out an email the week before, which got nothing. All right? This is how you can creatively use videos in your business. When somebody inquires, I've done this for a health club, I do it for lots of other different businesses. Somebody inquires, they get a video straight away. When somebody talks to me, I have a meeting, I send out an email straight away. It's got a video in it, embedded in it. All right? What if somebody inquired with you and got an email that was a video that was just like this? Hey, Steve Brosmen, manager of my gym, and I want to personally thank you for inquiring with us to see how we can help you start achieving your goals. We're going to be seeing you down here shortly. I thought I'd take this opportunity to let you know what's going to happen on your first visit. One of my great team is going to sit down with you and go through step by step and listen to you and find out what you really want to do, what you like, and how we can best help you. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to pick up your free gift when you come down here. We look forward to seeing you down here and helping you achieve the goals that you really do deserve. Do you think they'll turn up? Do you think, yeah, just to get the free gift, of course. No, do you think that would make them stand out more than anybody else in their industry? If you learn how to do this, do you think that would make you stand out? Yes, it will. It makes a difference. It starts creating a relationship even before they walk in the door. And that's what you've got to do. How many of you have been in a great, fantastic, loving relationship with a partner, or somebody else's? No, with a partner. And...
Video didn't work.
Oh, don't go there. Look. I'm getting you. I've basically crammed 3.5 hours just into that last bit there. So you're in a loving relationship. You've gone up to them and said, "Listen, we're having a fantastic time. I really do appreciate our relationship. However, I'm just going to go the cheapskate down the road, who I probably know that aren't going to treat me nicely. Bye." It's not going to happen, is it? You start doing that, it's going to knock out the cheapskate down the road. Okay, it's going to really just build and just draw them in better than anybody else. It's going to cut you out of the price wars. And that is what's going to get you up and particularly increase the profits in your business. This is a guy that came through. Having the right script is crucial. Just sticking a video up and not doing it right is a big problem. Another one that went into my complaints department because I asked him for a testimony. He said, "Too busy, Steve." And he blamed me. 319 sales in 15 days. 50% didn't even turn up to the gym. They clicked on the website, they watched the video, they bought. Is that cool? That does not happen. How much money do you think that saved him and how much money do you think that made him? Yeah. He's followed the process and we built the whole system with him and for him. And guess what I've got? He did the joint venture video thing. He's up the road, the Sharks, sorry. Yeah, he's a Shire boy. Yes. He did the joint venture, did it with the Sharks. He did an interview with Paul Gallen and went out to 26,000 of the Sharkies members. Do you think that was cool? Yeah, following some simple steps and some simple principles in the marketing side of the video marketing can make a massive difference in your business. He then sent me this. "Thanks, Steve. I have people walking in the door with their credit card out ready to buy. When I asked, do you have any questions? No." The video says it all. Would anybody in the room like something like that? Have them pre-qualified, preconditioned before they get there? You can do it. It can talk to them. And you don't have to spend all the time. If you have somebody walking in the door with you that knows exactly who you are, what you do, you are in the right place, just fulfill the order and work out what they need. That's what you have to do. And his website is beautiful. One big video, some frequently asked question videos across the bottom, and that's it, an opt-in. All of his members stuff they have to click to. Don't clutter the front page. I won't get into web design now. This is what a follow-up email video would look like from me in an email. There are some different templates and formulas that you can do. You can just click a button, record it, and off it goes. I go down, I take the dog for a walk, I've got a background with some really nice boats, shoot a video with my iPhone or 4 or 5 at a time, go back, load them into the video email, it comes into somebody's inbox like that. How professional does that look if you get that in your inbox? I was actually going to show his... Oh.
G'day Steve, John Miller here.
I'll quickly go... sorry. Pause that. John gives the results of one of his clients. He's a business coach. He started using videos in an email. Got a 7 times open rate and 2 extra referrals from that, from one email by putting a video in it. It gets an open rate better than anything else if they know there's going to be a video in it, and it communicates. And that means somebody else thought highly enough of it to pass it on to a friend. They watched the video and they started doing business. That was with an accountant of theirs. That's all right. Yes, please.
I've been dying to ask this. Do you think some organisations hold off on doing this kind of marketing because they think there's going to be a big expense involved? You just talked about I took my iPhone down.
Do you want to see very, very quickly a video studio kit?
Yep.
Here is an iPhone video studio kit. $35. And that... Were you watching my shoulder? Because this here is shot in a girl's attic with a camera that's no bigger than this, the ZI-8, and edited on a $45 piece of software.
Hi there, welcome. My name is Gabriella Rosa. I'm a fertility specialist, author and the founder of naturalfertilitybreakthrough.com. For the past decade I have been empowering couples to reclaim their natural fertility, and today I'm here to answer a very important question. And
two things I need to talk about this very quickly. Wasn't it really good the way that she got that pregnant naked lady to stand there behind her?
All that time.
Yeah, didn't move at all. Yeah, she shot that in her attic. She had a green screen, she had 3 lights, she had a ZI-8 camera, she edited it herself and she put it out there. 1, production can be easy. You'll ask how good a quality should it be? The production quality must match your target market. Okay, so if you're going corporates, got to be good. Okay, you may need to get Paul to do some of the stuff for you. If you're not, then we teach people how to do that themselves. She's one of our students that did that all herself. The other thing that I need to tell you is what she was saying. I'm about to answer a very important question. Okay, I'm going to give you your first 10 videos. Is that cool? All right. 5 frequently asked questions, 5 should ask questions. If you know the answer to those, here's your first 10 videos. Because if people are asking you those questions, then other people have them in their mind. 5 frequently asked questions. What do you get asked all the time? Well, then that's a good video. Now, people quite often ask me about the cost of this, this and this. Now, what they don't realise is, and show all the different things about why and what, how to do certain things. If you become the expert on the tips and everything and start positioning yourself above, you know, the Bunnings, would they be one of your competitions or something? I'm really not sure. Bunnings?
No, we're builders.
You're the actual builders. Okay, cool. Okay, last little bit before we head into a Q&A. I'm tired of talking about me. Why don't you talk about me for a while?
Hell yeah.
This is one of the most powerful strategies you can have. All right. I've been picking on guys all the time. You can come with me. Well, on your way, I want you to think about who you are, what you do. No. Yeah. I don't want you to pee yourself about this. I want you to look down the camera, that big, scary, awful camera. Look down and just say who you are, what you do, why you're damn good, and why I should buy from you.
My name's Rochelle Jeffrey. I'm the Business Development Manager for the Faculty of Business at the University of Wollongong, and I can talk to you about your postgraduate education options.
I hate it when I get good people. Okay, you're not a business person, so it made it a little difficult. Sit up here. Yeah, that's all right. Hey, Steve Brosmen here from... What was your first name again? Rochelle. Hey, Steve Brosmen here from Business Online TV. Today we've got somebody who works for the university that has one of the best courses about there that can help you with your business and help you skyrocket. Rochelle, thank you so much for coming along.
No problem.
Now, why is your course one of the courses that people gravitate to?
Executive MBA. It is targeted and tailored for an executive business person.
Okay.
So they come because of our modular delivery.
Yeah.
We jam all their face-to-face content into a long weekend.
Fantastic. Now, she actually delivered her first part quite well, but the thing that I was able to do is elevate who she is and what she is before, and then that allowed her to just talk with greater passion about what she does and how she helps people. And I find that time and time again, that being interviewed, people can talk about themselves much better. And you would not want to sit and listen to 7 minutes of Rochelle just talking about herself and her program and her product. Or you may want to, but yeah. Most people it's like getting in front of the camera. Hey, I'm Steve Brosmen and damn, I'm good, buy from me now. You know you want it. People don't want to listen to that. But who normally get interviewed? Celebrities, experts and dumb politicians. Yeah, by default, I'll take the politician out. By default, sitting next to somebody being interviewed, you rise up to that status and you get to talk about your business because I ask you all about it. You can go and pee if you like. So,
just pause then.
That's one of the things that we teach people how to do, and how to be interviewed. It's one of the most powerful things that you can learn on that, okay? We do it on my Business Online TV channel, and today we've got somebody on Business Online TV, and really is a fantastic positioning statement for you to say, hey, I'm going to send it out to all my prospects. Somebody inquires, hey, have a look at the interview on Business Online TV. All of your ex-clients that haven't come back, hey, have a look at the interview on Business Online TV. A massive, and you get to talk about all the great new things that you're doing in your business. Quick question before we go.
It's just about, have you seen that used effectively, like from a owner's point of view, with interviewing staff, presenting like to increase familiarity with staff and that sort of thing? I just sort of, when you were sitting there like that,
sometimes you don't have a staff that's really comfortable sitting in front of the camera. And say, hey, guys out there, I really want to introduce Mary. She's the guy, she's the one that answers the phone and talks to, just to put the face, she's absolutely brilliant at this. Mary, why do you love coming to work? What do you like about this? And it just is a big rapport, helps consolidate the mission statement.
Rise them up to get
yeah, there's somebody, yeah.
Most of them are going to run when I come in.
I'll let Justin tell you very quickly about some of the results we got with him, but that's not typical of everybody, but it's typical that we can position somebody with an interview, and you can be positioned with an interview to be able to get out there. He'd only used traditional methods until he
my name's Justin Beaton. I saw Steve present a few months ago. He's an amazing speaker, engaged the audience, but not just that, he empowered me as an individual to take action. I took action, we created a video, it was just a simple interview that we put on YouTube, created over 10,000 links, and they generated over $42 million of additional sales that we wouldn't have had. So for me...
He was excited. Wasn't typical, but yeah. He was very, very excited about the results that we did get.
What was the title of that video that brought so many people?
He used it as a part of his marketing. It wasn't all just stuck it on YouTube. It was sending out to different people. It was all, creating that relationship with people that normally only had an email and a piece of paper before. It was part of the integrated strategy that we developed for him. It wasn't just a video that sat on YouTube and made him 42 million. I'll tell you that right now. It wasn't just that strategy, okay? I normally play this, but I want to get on because I've actually thrown in some testimonials for you to squeeze in that extra little bit. I'll stuff it. I'll go into your morning tea break, just 2 or 3 minutes. You know the end of this? You know the end of it? Yeah, the lady says, I'll have what she's having. Yeah. Are your clients' friends saying, I'll have what they're having? Are you doing things in your business to stand out that much that their client's friend says, whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, I want to go where you're going because you have such a great experience working with them that I want to have that same experience as well. Think about it, because the books, the videos can all help do it for you. What you've seen through today is a number of testimonials that I've used as case studies. How many people here are using video testimonials in their business? I want you louder. Steve, you want to come up, please?
Yeah, for sure. So, guys, what am I doing?
Now, how have you found today, Steve?
Very, very good.
Okay.
Loved it. Loved the content. I could just watch. Everybody were engaged, so... Mate, my gauge was watching everybody else.
Okay. Look, thank you so much for saying those kind words about me. Would it be okay that I capture that on video so I could share it with other people just like these so we could help them the same way as we've helped you? Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. Click. Now, the thing is, I hit the on button as soon as I was asked him, is it okay that I videoed this so I can share it with other people? Why did I do that? I've got his approval, okay? It's better than, oh, can I have a fantastic testimony? Oh, by the way, you need to sign this so I can put it on YouTube. All right, so listen to the formula again. Thank you so much for those kind words. Is it okay that I capture this so I could share it with other people just like you so we could help them the same way that we've helped you? Is that okay? Yes, it is. All right. Is that about me, or is it about the other people that we could help? The other people. And you say, oh, I'm really not so sure. It's okay. I was just really wanting to help other people just the same way. I've just gone back one more time. I just want to help more people because I want to get them the same results that you've got. And if they say, no, I'm really, well, let it go. All right? When he says yes and say, okay, what I want you to do is just to say, who you are, where you're from, because I'd like to promote that.
Yep.
And what are the 2 things that you got out of it? Just like, and you actually re-script it for him. All right? So if they say something, because the purpose of a testimonial or a testimony is to overcome a potential objection in your prospect's mind. So I don't want Steve to say, wow, Steve gave me a great presentation, it was really fun. Yeah. Click delete, that's out of here. That doesn't benefit me at all. Now, if you are giving Steve today a great testimonial to say, and I will do, hey, Steve Brosmen from Magnetic Digital Marketing, we help people digitise their business to help increase their profits. I've just been to a mind-blowing weekend called Business Breakthrough for Business. And I learnt 2 things that is really going to help build my business. A, B. 30 to 40 seconds. You must get who you are, what you do, out in 12 seconds. Because what's he going to do if he gets a great testimonial from you? Send it out. Kate from Face to Face Recruitment. Justin Beaton. The people that I've got testimonials for, I'm using, and what are they doing? They're getting promoted every time I'm showing it. You may not be in the need for them right now, but they're getting their face out there. There's 2 sides to the testimonials, all right, as well as social proof. You've heard from me other people that have used my services to be able to do that. Now, we're going to have a quick Q&A, and those who want to go and grab a quick coffee can after that. Those who want to learn how we can work together after, if you want to, I can actually stay for 5 or 10 minutes and tell you all about that as well. Okay? Okay, hit me with the Q&As.
Awesome. Look, guys, want to get up on your feet and give Steve Brosmen a great big round of applause. We'll put it around the table. We'll make it look really cruisy.
Okay.
Thanks, you guys. Wow, that was very, very cool. What about video marketing? Did I tell you guys the power of video marketing? Isn't it amazing? Is it amazing? Yeah. Can I get a hell yeah? Give me a hell yeah. Awesome. That was fantastic. And we've got one of the... that is information straight from... Like we say, it is one of Australia's leading experts. You've got to back that up. Yeah, that's right. And who's going to argue with it? And as I was sitting here watching Steve, I was looking around the room. Dennis Zeus, wow, what a big personality. I'll put that on video and share it with more people. Look at everybody else. Dan, the guys at Smith & Sons, put you guys on video. Show more of you. Show more of what Soccer Man can do. Give it out to more preschools and kids that, it's a program that goes into preschools for coaching soccer. Show more of that. So I love it. That was wonderful. Thanks very much, Steve. So, guys, going to throw it out to you guys. There's obviously some questions out there. I know there is because there's a lot to it. Video marketing is probably new for some of you. So what are some of the questions that you guys have got? Stick your hands up big and loud. Yeah, Kim.
Yes, yes, and yes. There's a process to, do you want to put them on YouTube so you actually get found? Or not, if you don't. If you're a counsellor, you may want to just pop them on your own website so you can control the security of them all. You might want to put them on other websites and link them back. If you're in a business, you want to get found because people are typing on YouTube as a search. And that doesn't mean that the council actually can't put up their own YouTube channel. Doesn't mean it at all. Because people may be typing in certain things, where am I going to go swim in Wollongong. So you might want to do videos of the different pools in Wollongong and then get found there and drive them back to where they can and should be. That's just straight off the top, but both, all of the above.
Awesome, Jason.
Just so everyone in the room can basically hit the ground running with this, I think the one thing that you haven't sort of said that, yes, you mentioned there was a $45 piece of video editing software out there. Well, how about giving us the spiel?
Okay, well, if you're...
What do you recommend so we can hit the ground running
okay.
and start practicing?
2 things. I had the iPhone here.
Yes.
Okay. The next thing would be some sort of a camcorder. This is mine. It's top of the range. But if you can have a video camera like this that can actually put audio in, yep. Okay, that's the bottom range it should be because audio is 50% of the video. Yep. Okay. That. And then the next level up, if you're doing sort of studio work, is the digital SLRs that can actually film and do videos. But if you're just basic, iPhone or a good camcorder and lighting.
What's the sort of cost for one of these bad boys?
This is probably the top of the bottom for these sort of levels, and that's about two grand. And you've got mixers in there, so you can put 2 microphones in for interviews, all those sorts of things. But you guys probably don't need that. So you're looking at around about 700 to get the level that you can actually put audio in.
Yeah.
And then as far as software goes, like editing software, that sort of thing?
Whatever you're comfortable with. If you've got a Mac, you can do it in iMovie or go up to Final Cut Pro if you really want to get complicated and scare the pants off you. Or if you're a PC, we actually use and teach Pinnacle. It's owned by the big gorilla on the PC side, which is Avid, and they do all the editing for the movies, and they're just bringing it all back into consumer friendly.
I recommend in open source or Linux-based stuff.
No, just because I don't use it. Yeah.
Just a show of hands, guys. Who's uses a Mac in this room? Yep. And who's got the PCs? Yeah, the rest of everybody else. Yeah, cool. Just getting a gauge actually for what happens. What are your thoughts on that as far as having a Mac versus a PC? Ease of use? Preference?
Preference.
Yep.
Yeah. I know that I've been a PC. I know a lot of the people use Macs in the graphics arena. It's whatever you prefer.
Wonderful. All right, guys. What about any other questions for Steve? Is there anything else that we can layer in there about becoming an expert? Is there anything else as far as the vocabulary we use when we do a video? Anything else? Because it's not about perfection, guys. And if anything else we've learned, it's just about progress. Because there is that saying that progress is more important than perfection. We keep working towards perfection, which is why Steve's introduced that 3x5x3 principle. Over time, we will get better and better at it. But
I've got a saying on that. It's personality and passion that produces profits, not perfection. It is. Without passion, you're just a pulse. Have you noticed I like alliteration? Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, that's Steve Brosmen. Any other questions, guys? We're very lucky to have him here with us, so we're just about to log off. So any other questions out there?
Okay, I'll take 5 minutes to let you know, thank you very much for handing these out, some of the different things that I have available, because there are some people who may want to work with me individually, some of you who may want to go through a course. And coming from the fitness industry, I know that when people have walked out the door and said, yep, I'll get onto this, they don't do it. So my next 5 minutes is to say, here is what I can help you with, get started today. And you can say, I'm ready, I'm not ready, or I want to go and do this myself. Okay. The question is, so now what? And like, there's the slide of Michael Jordan. And he said, I learned it all in one workshop. Is that true or not? No. He did a lot of practice, he did a lot of training, and he had some great coaches. And it'd be my privilege for those who are ready and do want to take the next step to be able to take you to the next step. Now, I know some of you may have been to seminars and things like that where they put, $50,000 products together and for yours today for $1. Pam and I have been doing this for quite a number of years now, and we know exactly what you need, and I'll put the minimum in here and am incentivising you to take it today so you don't walk out the door and I see you in 6 months' time and say, Steve, I'm still thinking about doing those videos. And that's what I've done for you today. We actually do have some online training. By a show of hands, who actually is ready to take themselves to the top in their business? You are? Keen, okay. Well, that's what you're here for. Steve's program is freaking brilliant. I love it. And what I do with him is going to go hand in hand, because by tweaking some of the stuff and you doing your general business stuff and taking them through all that, I think it's a match made in heaven. And he's got a fantastic first name too. What if you had the personal coaching, some online training and some hand-holding to get you going? That's the mix that we believe that you need to get going. A bit of online stuff so you can keep going back to over and over again, or hand it on to your staff to do, all right? And then there's bits of me that I can individually work with you to weave a little bit of magic so that you can actually build your business. We've got an online video marketing pack that's got all the technical stuff, all the editing, all the uploading, how to SEO, how to get your videos found, all of that stuff is in some online training. So if you don't want to do it, you give it to some staff to do. If you don't want to do it, give it to a VA to do. Or if you forget what to do, you can keep going back to it. So that's all part of the program that we've put together. We do 3-day boot camps. We keep them to a small number and we have them at our place, about 25 people. You see a live studio working, how to set up your cameras, how to present, how to script, and how to market your business. Plus you get 3 hours of Pam on full-on digital marketing and how to build your business with books. So that's all part of the 3-day boot camp as well. Some of you can't make a particular date. You get a 12-month passport for whenever you're ready. Okay, so if you want to take the next one in March, you want to duck down to Melbourne and grab one, or you want to come to the next one in Sydney in June, you don't have to do the next one. So we know that some of the dates don't fit. You can grab your 12-month passport, grab the pack today so you can actually get started, and you can come to the live training whenever it suits you. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Now, some of you have products already in your head and you say, well, what if I put my training, you're a soccer guy, what if I put some of my training in products? What if I put some DVDs? What if I put online? What if the council started putting some of their stuff together online? Pam has the video product formula and created that so you can actually create the products using videos, rip the audio out, do some workbooks. You can do the whole thing and you're taught how to create products and video products that actually sell. Now you actually do get pieces of me in there. I sit down and do a complete one-on-one strategy session with you. The strategy that we designed for Pete to go through and go from one part of his business to the other, go from selling the feel-good to the pains that's now generating $30,000 a month for him, was all done in a strategy call. There is no sense going down this digital marketing route if you start heading off in the wrong direction. We like to have that strategy call after you've done the boot camp because it opens your eyes up into a whole new area. And then you can say, okay, what do I need to do now? Plus, I get to critique a video and a script. Again, there's no sense learning something if you start heading off in the wrong direction. We teach you how to do it. Then you show me your first one and said, yes, you are off in the right direction. Does that help? Now, this whole pack is valued at just over $7K. Don't you just love videos? If you are ready to skyrocket and absolutely take off now, and because Steve has got a great program that I've, get out, come on, slingshot, put a special price together for you guys to really smash you out of the ballpark. It's just under 2K, okay? However, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. How many of you believe that you're ready right now to do it? To stand up, stand out, or stand aside? If you think you're ready to stand up, stand out, stand aside, stand up. And feel free to sit down if you're not ready, because the questions are going to be very important. And the first thing is you can stay standing if you're ready to do what we've got here right now. The next question, and please feel free to sit down at any time you want, because the next question is, do you believe what you've learnt today will help you? Stand up, stand out, and build your business, because this is all about you making money. That's all I'm here for, to help you make money. The last question, and this is personal, do you believe that I've got something here and here that will help you? And again, please feel free to sit down. I'll feel shattered to do it. All right. Now you sit down. I can kick your knees from here. All right. So if you're... Is that because you want to have a wee or... No. All right. Because you have stood up in front of all of these people, as embarrassing as it may be, you actually get one more thing. You can do the payment plan. That's not the one more thing. I do have a money-back guarantee. That's everything. If you're not happy, I'm not happy. However... would you like one of those videos done for you? One of those interviews hosted on Business Online TV as a positioning statement for you and or your business? You get that as well. All right? And that's just for you guys and today. I'm charging $1,700 and that's all included in your program. So if you're interested in that, you want to grab it, we've got a couple of things at the back that you might want to. I'm going to go and answer whatever questions. The rest of you can go and grab some coffee and we can have a chat about how we can get you started to standing up and standing out. Steve, you have put on one of the best events I have been to, not in a long time, but congratulations on what you have done. Those who want to come and have a talk to me about getting yourself going at this, then more than happy to. Let's go. All right. And the rest of you, thank you so much for your energy because you guys were awesome. You rocked.
Thank you, guys. Steve Brosmen, thank you, Steve. Lovely. Thank you very much, mate. That was fantastic.